Hello everyone, you're watching Changster TV. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Now, today I'm gonna try to keep my video very short. So, what I'm gonna show you today is how to make coffee by using a French press method. It's a easy method to use when you're making coffee because you don't need a paper filter, which means the oil inside the coffee bean will flow into the coffee itself, which will give the coffee more rich taste, and it's going to help whoever's drinking the coffee distinguish the differences, such as which one's a Colombia coffee and which one's a Ethiopia coffee, like that. You get the point. So what you need is obviously a pot containing hot water. Its temperature should be about, in Celsius it's 93 to 95 Celsius. So in Fahrenheit that's about 201 to 203 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna lower my camera here to show you. Here we go. So the other things you might need is this tiny little teaspoon right here. It's okay if you don't have the same one as me. If it's similar and tiny like this, it should do just fine. And obviously you need the French press. It's one of the advantages of the French press is that you can really get it at a cheap price. The price range is like about $7.99 to more than $129. So you don't really have to get a one that's really expensive. You should just if you don't have that much cash, you should just buy the one that costs about $7.99 to like $10. And with the French press, you can pretty much make any type of coffee, such as a latte, frappuccino, cappuccino, and many more. But I'm just gonna tell you how to make just a simple coffee. And obviously you need a coffee bean. Now, I mentioned to you before in my previous video of using a hand drip method, or also known as a pour over method. How much coffee bean you use depends on a person's taste, and also how many persons is present, and what type of coffee bean you are using. Because each coffee bean is grown at like a different kind of environment, so each coffee bean contains like different amount of caffeine and oils and such. So you really need to be careful about how much coffee bean you're using. For example, like I'm using a vanilla nut coffee bean. It's a blending type of coffee bean, and it has like a sweet and floral kind of aroma, but at the same time, when I use too much of it, it can really taste sour and bitter, and really nobody likes too much sourness and bitterness. So if you're not too sure, just first the standard amount of coffee bean that everyone uses is usually 24 grams of coffee beans. First test it out like that, and then if it's too much for you, it's pretty much too much for anyone else. So if it's too much for you, just lower the amount of coffee beans. Like if 24 grams is too much, lower it to about 12, and use about, and if it's too little, increase it to about 14.5 or 15 for at least one person. So I think I pretty much explained it. The French press, another one, the advantages is that you can control the way the coffee tastes. Well, control it like in a better way at least. And now I'm gonna tell you the disadvantages. There's about 3 of them. First one is that cleaning up this French press can be annoying because there is no paper filter to contain the coffee grounds. So after you're done serving the coffee, you have to like really empty out the coffee grounds, and yeah, that can be really kind of annoying. So other disadvantage is that it can be kind of time consuming, more time consuming than the pour over method, because when you pour water in using the pour over method, you usually need about 2 minutes 30 seconds to 3 minutes, but for the French press you use about 4 minutes. So yeah, it can be time consuming. So yeah, that's about it pretty much. And another thing is that the last advantage is that it can be used anywhere. It can be like, it's really easy to carry around. So let's say you're going camping or on a field trip, it's really easy for it to carry. You just put it into the bag and that's all you need to do. So let's get started. My pot is already at 23 Fahrenheit, which is 95 Celsius. So all I need to do is just pour water here. Here's one thing. The way I do it, I don't really use the 4-minute time limit, because first I was practicing it that way, but then later on I didn't see the point of doing that. So I just don't really wait 4 minutes after I'm done pouring in the water. So after I pour in the water, all I do is just stir it gently with this teaspoon, and then I press the plunger and then serve the coffee. And I'll use these 2 cups to explain the serving size. So here we go. I just pour in the water like this until it fills up completely to about here. Now, just like what I'm doing here, just like the pour over method, I'm putting in water, but at the same time I'm trying to control the flow of the water. Like it kind of looks like a tiny stream coming out from the pot, not like a huge blast of water, just a tiny stream like this. But like, I don't really need to do it in a tiny stream for this method, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit more amount until it fits completely to the top. There we go. That's all the water I need, and all I need to do is just close the cap. Now all I need to do is just press the plunger. Like I said, usually when you're a first timer, like a beginner, you wait about 4 minutes, but I didn't see the point of it after practicing, so I just plunge it right away. The taste itself, it just has like a rich and delicious taste. So basically with the French press, you can kind of control the way the coffee tastes more better. So now the serving size. When the coffee is about this big, it's going to be like about 2 serving sizes. I say 2. And when it's a bit smaller, like this, I say about at least close to 3 serving size, 3 cups. I mean, whatever cup you use, even when it's this big, it all depends on how much you serve it really. So you'll find out when you try to use this method. So leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and turn on notification to receive a notice when there's a latest video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.